Hey everybody, Alex from SeemsGoodMagic.com here, doing another Innistrad block draft. We've opened a few good cards. Our rare is Curse of Bloodletting, which is okay, but I don't think I'm going to first pick it. We have Harrowing Journey, which is good. We have Relentless Scabs, which is very strong. Hinterland Hermit's good. Oh God, Inquisitor is good. Griptide, Undying Evil, Bear, Burden. Sea Kite. We're looking at all those as possible first picks. Burden is pretty good. Um, Inquisitor is very good. I probably want to open with something, like removal, probably. I'm thinking probably Burden of Guilt. I'm fine with opening with that, and I'm kind of feeling diving into white right now. Hopefully wheel the Inquisitor, not very likely, but that was a pretty deep pack, so there's a chance. But, what do we follow the Burden of Guilt up with? Well, I'm not afraid to go into green-white, and if I do go into green-white now, I'm probably going to pick the Recluse, and then hope to wheel the Crushing Vines. So, I think I'm going to do that, or the Midnight Guard, either of those. I'm kind of feeling like just diving into green-white, though. I haven't played it a ton in this block, and it's very good. Alright, well now we get past two ridiculously strong spirits. Um, so, I did just dive into green-white a little bit, but I think I'm fine with taking the Drog Skull Captain over the Towergeist. I've already got a white pick, and if I keep getting past blue, I'd be happy to go into that. Some pretty good red picks in here too, but I don't feel like picking a Hollow Hinge Beast or a Somberwall Dryad over a Drog Skull Captain, so I'm going to pick the Captain. Um, Interesting. So now we have Midnight Guard, Evolving Wilds, some pretty good red picks, and a green finisher that I'm not terribly concerned about getting. So it's really like Evolving Wilds or Midnight Guard. I think I'm probably going to be sticking with. Well, I still, if I pick the Midnight Guard, I can still dive into either green white or white blue. Green white humans or white blue spirits. So Evolving Wilds is good and lets me fix my mana well, but I like Midnight Guard. I think I want to pick him up. Okay, so now we've got some white and blue picks in here that are pretty reasonable. I think I'm going to go with the Niblis of the Breath, get another spirit to go with the Captain. I like it more than the Niblis of the Mist. Although Niblis of the Mist might be a little bit better tempo, I think there's just no way that it's better than Niblis of the Breath. Soul Caesar is good too, but I think I'd rather have the Niblis of the Breath. It's just a little more tempo, a little more aggressive. Okay, here I think I'm going to take the Skillful Lunge, which is a totally legitimate trick, and one that I like a lot more than Bone to Ash and Counter Lash, and like more than the Headless Scab too, I think. So we'll take the Skillful Lunge. Okay, so now we can take a Niblis in the Mist, which is a spirit, to go with our Drogskull Captain, or we can take the Elgod Inquisitor, which I'm kind of leaning towards. I like this creature a lot. It's not a spirit like the Niblis in the Mist, but it's pretty awesome, just getting clunky on the ground. So it doesn't work quite as well with our Captain. I mean, it still works with it, because when it dies, you get a spirit, but not right away, you know. I think I'm gonna take the Inquisitor. I just like this card a lot, and it's like the Mausoleum Guard of this set. All right, could take an Evolving Wilds here, but I think I'm just gonna take the Soul Caesar, get another spirit. Could also take the Saving Grasp and hope to pick up a Fiend Hunter, but once again, I just don't feel comfortable doing that over a Soul Caesar. I mean, if I end up with a Fiend Hunter, then I'll regret it, but okay. We're going to take the Relentless Scabs, which is a pretty insanely strong creature. One that I'm happy to get. So it looks like we're pretty much just white-blue. Alright, another Soul Caesar. I'm fine with this card. Like, I don't have any problem with Soul Caesar. It's a mind control. Alright, and then we've got some reasonable red, reasonable green, and a pretty bad blue. But I think I'm going to take it just in case I have to play it. I guess we'll take Artful Dodge if I want to make stuff unblockable. I don't think I'm going to play the cat, so I'll take the Ray of Revelation for sideboard. Just hide the Recluse now. I think we've pretty much committed ourselves to like a blue-white spirits build, which is fine. If you watch my drafts, you'll see I do it a lot. I don't have any problems with blue-white. I think you can get really fast and strong decks with it. So, I get the advantages of white is I can still utilize the human equipments pretty efficiently and effectively. Like Butcher's Cleaver is still great in this deck. Silver Inlaid Dagger would be amazing too. So plenty of good picks we can get. Looking for some good removal, some Silent Departures and Grasp of Phantoms, something like that. But we get an Unburial Rites, which is good. We get an Intangible Virtue, which I don't have any token creators besides this, huh? No. I'm going to hide this right now. Kind of lean towards the Moon Heron, just get solid 4-drop flyer. You can really curve out flyers nicely in this kind of deck. Otherwise, Unburial Rites is pretty strong. Should I just splash for it to get my captain back? Kind of leaning towards doing that, but do I want to pick it over a Moon Heron? It's kind of tough. Unburial Rites gives your deck some resilience, but to be honest, we already have 3 5-drops that are going to be kind of keeping my mana occupied. I think I'm just going to try and curve out right now. So Moon Heron over the Unburial Rites, which is definitely a stronger card, but alright. Well, here it's kind of a tough pick actually. We can take the Priest or the Stitch Drake. Blue-white usually has some problems getting removal. Stitch Drake is insane, but I want the removal in the Priest. I like being able to keep my opponent's creatures tapped while I'm getting in with my evasive guys. It's also sweet having Nibbles of the Breath too, so keep like 2 guys tapped is pretty insane. Stitch Drake is very good, but I think I'm going to take the Priest. And we get past another Priest, but we also get past Cackling Counterpart. Spectral Flight, Dissipate. Priest is awesome. So it's really another Priest or a Cackling Counterpart. I'm kind of feeling the Cackling Counterpart actually, just because we have the Drogskull Captain and those two are pretty sick together. Cackling Counterpart's actually a really good card, and it looks like it would be pretty good in this deck. The Inquisitor too, Moon Heron, all of our flyers, Soul Caesar. Yeah, Cackling Counterpart's going to be fine in this deck. So I'm actually going to take it over the Priest, just because you get a lot of value out of Counterpart. Wow. Okay. So Armored Scab, Smite, Falconwrath Noble is insane. Stitch's Apprentice is very good. I'm trying to think if I want to go Esper, Splash for the Falconwrath Noble. I think it might actually be worth it. I can still get Fixing to make that work. Falconwrath Noble is so strong. Is that greedy going into that? I'm not sure. Like if I pick Forbidden, I'm going to want to splash black anyway, you know, to flash it back. I think I'm going to take the Noble. Hope to get like a Traveler's Amulet or a Shimmering Grotto, because this card is just very strong. Wow. Wow. This pack's insane. So we have Fiend Hunter, Silver Inlaid Dagger, Elite Inquisitor, and Bonds of Faith, all of which are pretty amazing cards. I think I pretty much just have to go with the Fiend Hunter. I'm sad that I have to pass the Silver Inlaid Dagger and the Bonds of Faith and the Elite Inquisitor. All of those are insane picks, but we're going to go with the Fiend Hunter, just get the human removal spell. Alright, I think pretty obvious here we're taking the Doom Traveler. Nice little spirit to go with our captain. when this dies. The Inquisitor's Flail would also be very good in this deck with all of our flyers, but I want to get some early dudes, and this one is a Spirit Creator, a good one. So here I could take the Unruly Mob, or the Fox. Kind of feeling the Flail, just because we have a pretty good amount of flyers already. But I like the Mob a lot. I like the Fox a lot too, actually. The Fox actually hits some pretty good targets. The Mob's a human, though, which isn't relevant yet, but still has the possibility, the potential to be. We don't have a ton of early drops, which makes Unruly Mob a little bit worse, but if we get some nice token creators like Midnight Haunting, I think I am going to take the Unruly Mob. Yeah, I'm glad I did. Now we're going to pick up this Cleaver, and that's amazing. So, last possible chance of, getting a Butcher's Cleaver out of this pack, so pretty awesome. Also has a Moonhair and a Rebuke, which is making me feel a little bit better about the colors that we're in. So I'm going to pick up the Butcher's Cleaver there. Here I'll pick up an Intangible Virtue. I think that's fine for our deck, potentially. If we get like a Midnight Haunting, maybe. We've got 2 token creators right now, which isn't quite enough, but that's okay. Actually, the Cackling Counterpart makes a token too, so that's kind of cool, I guess, with Virtue. I think out of this, the Altar's Reap is the best pick. Possibly still splashing black, but we certainly don't have to. I'm going to pick up the Spectral Flight here, possibly play it. Stitcher's Apprentice or Armored Scab. I do need some guys that can hold down the ground well. Stitcher's Apprentice has good synergy with Unruly Mob, though, so I'm going to take that instead. I'll take another Altar's Reap. Black appears to be a little bit open. Actually, blue and white look like they were open too. We were seeing some good blue-white picks that entire pack. So far we're looking pretty good. We have plenty of good cards. And we open Mayor, which is good, but I don't think that we can pick it. I think we've got to go with the Mausoleum Guard, which just looks like it's better for our deck. Creating spirits, and it's a human, so it works like that. Hope to wheel maybe a Demon Male Halberg. I don't like passing Mayor. It's a very strong card, but Mausoleum Guard is very strong for our deck too. And we actually have a lot of early action, so I would hope that we could at least keep up with a Mayor. We don't have a ton of outs to it, though, admittedly. There's also Falconwrath Marauders in this deck, or in this pack, so good stuff. Traveler's Amulet would have helped fix for our black, the Noble, but we're just going to take a Mausoleum Guard. I'm going to be happy with that. It's a good card. It's a solid 4-drop. Really good for our deck. Second, Butcher's Cleaver. We also have Civilized Scholar and Battleground Geist. All of those are really good. Think, how many spirits do we have at the moment? We've got the Shriek Geist, which I hope to not have to play. Doom Traveler creates spirits. Spirit. Create spirits, spirit, 2 more spirits. That's a pretty good amount of spirits. There's also a second Butcher's Cleaver in here. How many humans do I have? Doom Traveler, Priest, Mob, Fiend Hunter, Midnight Guard. That's a ton of humans. Mausoleum Guard, Elgon Inquisitor. Yeah, actually, we have a ton of humans. I don't know if I'm opposed to picking up a second Cleaver. That card can get there. I mean, Battleground Geist and Civilized Scholar and even Doom Traveler to a certain extent are all good for the deck too. I'm kind of feeling a second Cleaver. I think I am. Just, this card is insane. If we already have a pretty good amount of humans, we can easily get some more. I think we take the Claustrophobia here. Just get a pretty solid removal spell. Taking it over the Gallows Warden, which is good too, but we have a ton of creatures already, so I'd like to just kind of get some more removal. Wow, past the Slayer of the Wicked. Well, that's fairly obvious, since it's human and really strong. Deranged Assistant. It's a human. Scarecrow's pretty good against us, but Feeling of Dread's actually good in this deck too. I think I'm going to take the Assistant though, just mana purposes, and it's a human, which we want to get as many as we possibly can for these double cleavers that we're going to be wielding. I think at this point, fairly safe to just go ahead and hide black. I don't think we need to splash anymore. I think we're taking Delver. What do we got? Skillful Lunge, Cackling Counterpart. That's not much. It would be pretty much just so we could easily wield our two cleavers, but I don't think that's worth it. So I think we're going to go with the Think Twice instead. I don't know if we're even going to need to play it, honestly, but alright, could take the Fox, but I think we're pretty easily taking the Grasp of Phantoms, which just has good value. Selfless Cathar's probably fine, but it's another human. So is a Sentry, though. Sentry is pretty strong. Do we need more early drop creatures? Why don't we hide the Virtue, hide the Spectral Flight, hide the Shriekgeist? I don't think I want to play that. I think I actually... Cathar is weaker than Sentry, but I'm more likely to play the Cathar than the Sentry in this deck, just because curving purposes, once again, get some more cheap humans. Here I'm going to pick up the Mob over the Fox, just because it's human. Just trying to get as many humans as we can to really make these cleavers get there consistently. Wow, so we're easily taking the Civilized Scholar, which is not only a human but a looter effect. So we were definitely in the right colors this draft, which is always always a good feeling. Slayer the Wicked with Cackling Counterpart's pretty insane too. Village Bellringer, same thing. Cleaver. I'm going to be using the Cleaver excuse the whole time. It's pretty rare that you get two Cleavers in a draft. I picked them over good picks too, but I think it's worth it at this point, considering the sheer amount of humans that we have. So we even have like a mini spirit theme going on too. So this deck actually looks pretty sweet. I guess the Moon Mist maybe is what I'm most concerned about. Pesky werewolves. Yeah, I can't wait to build this deck. This is going to turn out really sweet. I'm pretty sure I'm not going to be needing this Think Twice, and I'm probably not going to be needing some other good cards, because all of these are playable. Rally the Peasants there. Yeah, there's just a ton of playable cards here. I'm pretty sure we're not going to be playing the Bellringer, actually. Ghost Quarter for sideboard. And an island. Okay. So let me build a deck, and I will be right back with you. Okay, so I built this. Last cuts to the deck were the Deranged Assistant and Selfless Cathar, 2 humans. We still have 10 humans remaining, which is awesome. A fourth of our deck is humans, and we have 2 Butcher's Cleavers, so that's a really good sign. Running the 2 Unruly Mobs, because I felt like with our token creators, that was going to be... These guys are going to be real strong. We have good removal for our colors, the Burden, the Skillful Lunge, the Claustrophobia, the Tappers. I decided to play 17 lands. Even though we top out at 5, we actually have quite a bit that we want to use our mana for. Butcher's Cleaver can be, quite a mana investment. All that equipping. Priest, wants you to use mana to tap things. Niblis, same thing. Burden of Guilt, same thing. So, we actually, have uses for our mana a lot of the times. Plus we have huge flashbacks on that, and huge flashback on the counterpart as well. So I think we could actually use the mana in this deck, and since we're pretty 3 heavy and 3, 4, 5 heavy in general, I think 17 lands is just going to be a safe bet. It's arguable that I should just run one mob and the assistant, but I want these mobs to get there, get big. So I think I'm going to play both of them. I mean, maybe Midnight Guard is the cut for the curve for the assistant, but I like 2/3 creatures, so I think I'm going to play him instead. Um, yeah, overall, this deck looks insane. We have amazing cards, and this deck can easily win a draft, so I hope it does. I'll see you round one.